on Global TV News Express. Federal government said to probe non-payments of 77,000 Naira Corps members' allowance. Business, Naira defies pressure, ends February below 1,500 per dollar. On the foreign scene, United Kingdom says no agreement on Ukraine partial truce proposal. And in sports, Remo open 12-point gap after Plateau win. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nigecomsat. You can download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our 24/7 broadcast. In a bid to enhance safety on Nigeria's inland waterways, Minister of Marine and Blue Economy Adegboyega Oyetola has inaugurated a special committee on the prevention of boat mishaps in the country. Speaking at the ceremony at the ministry's conference room, Oyetola emphasized the urgent need to stem the tide of tragic boat mishaps which have resulted in significant loss of lives and property. He described the country's waterways as vital to commerce, transportation, and livelihoods, stressing that their safety and efficiency are paramount to the development of Nigeria's blue economy. Former President Dr. Goodluck Jonathan has reviewed why his administration did not implement the commendations of the 2014 National Conference, citing political tensions and internal crisis within the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, ahead of the 2015 elections. Speaking during a condolence visit to the family of late Afenifere leader Ayo Adebanjo in Lagos, the former president acknowledged Adebanjo's key role in the conference's success. He noted that despite initial suspicions about his intentions, the initiative moved forward with the support of respected national figures. Journalists were prevented from entry into the Lagos State House of Assembly complex as the House is yet to hold another plenary. The development stems from Obasa's return to the Assembly last Thursday, insisting that he is still the Speaker of the House. Obasa was removed on January 13, 2025 by over 30 of the 40 lawmakers at the Assembly. Policemen barricaded the roads leading to the Assembly around Mobolaji Johnson Avenue and at the entrance gates of the Assembly. The police command in Ondo State has stated that investigations are ongoing into the assassination of a businessman, Ismaila Awoyinka, in Ore, Odigbo local government area of the state. ASP Fumilayo Odulomi, the command's public relations officer, confirmed the assassination to newsmen in Okitipupa. Residents of Ore were left in shock after the assassination of Awoyinka, a building materials dealer, by unknown gunmen. The Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, in the 19 northern states and Abuja, has condemned the closure of public and private schools in some northern states during Ramadan. While condemning the action of the affected states, the Christian body asked northern governors to match education with spiritual practice. The call followed the directive to close public and private schools in Bauchi, Katsina, Kano, and Kebbi states for 5 weeks during Ramadan. The National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, has called on the federal government to investigate the National Youth Service Corps over the non-payment of the newly approved 77,000 Naira monthly allowance for Corps members. The association expressed disappointment that months after the federal government had approved the increase from 33,000 Naira to 77,000 Naira effective July 2024, the NYSC has yet to implement the payment. Director General of the Corps, Brigadier General Yushau Ahmed, stated that the new allowance is not implemented due to the non-release of funds. Let's turn to other stories for you. Benue State Governor Hyacinth Alia has described the death of a media icon and philanthropist Kenneth Gyado as a huge blow to not only the Gyado family but the entire state. The governor made the assertion at the burial of the late Gyado in Ihu Vandekia local government area, where he joined other sympathizers to pay his final respects to the deceased. Correspondent Felicity Ndere has details of the report.
It was a gathering of sympathizers cutting across different walks of life at Stegadu in Ihu, Faniko local government area, as they joined the governor to bid farewell to a personality many described as one who made tremendous impact, a committed citizen, popularly known as Kenny G. As an elder brother to the late Kenneth and Benue State Chief Executive, Alia acknowledged the selfless life of his younger brother, whom he said played a vital role in his emergence as governor of the state.
I'm very grateful to God for this visitation he has done to us by calling this young man home. Friends, remember the words we speak are prayers, because as God is everywhere, so are his ears. Everywhere he hears and he listens. This young man had buried himself way before today. The love of God. He just each time he came back from a trip, particularly at some holy site.
For the family, his demise is a great loss owing to his values. Reverend Father Simeon Ibe, in a homily, acknowledged the disease passing as shocking and attributed it to the nature of life and death, which he said should inspire those still alive to avoid being caught unaware. Father Ibe stated that Kenneth lived a short but impactful life that should be emulated. The cleric, like other sympathizers, prayed that God grants him eternal rest. From Vanika local government, Felicity Ndere, reporting for Global TV News.
Oh, thank you, Felicity. Drivers and owners of trucks conveying goods from the north to the southeast have protested incessant killing of their members by suspected members of the indigenous people of Biafra. They staged the protest in Jos, Plateau State capital, decrying that many of their members had been killed and their vehicles burnt in the attacks. The drivers, under the umbrella of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, NURTW, marched with placards with different inscriptions such as "Stop Killing Northern Drivers." The police command in Bauchi has confirmed the arrest of a 50-year-old businessman for a different reason. Let's turn to other stories now. A tragedy struck along Benin-Auchi Highway as 12 passengers were burnt to death in a fatal collision between a Toyota Hiace bus and a truck. Edo State Sector Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Cyril Matthew, confirmed the incident, which reportedly occurred around 5 a.m. at Igwoviobo community near an army checkpoint on the highway. This is Global Television, and you're watching the live broadcast of News Express with Uyi Agmofribe. When the rest of the news returns shortly, Zelensky says it will not be simple to replace him as Ukraine leader. We have those details for you from the Word of Foreign, and as well as other stories from business and sports segments after this short break.
Do you know that Global Television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch Global Television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to Global Television.
Thank you for staying with us, everyone. The rest of News Express now returns with business, where Naira closed February 2025 with 8.5% gain month-on-month on the parallel market to settle at 1,490 to the dollar, while it closed at 1,500 per dollar on the official market, indicating a 1.7% month-on-month decline, according to a monthly market report. The foreign reserve dipped by 3.2% month-on-month as it stood at $38.46 billion. The Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) has vowed to mobilize workers and citizens for a nationwide protest if the federal government proceeds with its proposed electricity tariff hike, describing it as economic violence against the working class and broader Nigerian populace. This came as the National Union of Electricity Employees warned the federal government against plans to hike electricity tariffs, saying Nigerians should not be paying for darkness. It accused the Ministry of Power and Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission (NERC) of attempting to force consumers into higher tariff bands under the pretext of service improvement, while in reality deepening economic hardship. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery has announced that it will refund customers who purchased premium motor spirits petrol at rates higher than the advertised prices from any of its key partners across Nigeria. The company says this move will follow the refinery's recent reduction of its gantry price from 890 naira per litre to 825 naira per litre. In a statement, the refinery stated that this is a part of its ongoing efforts to ensure that Nigerians are the primary beneficiaries of the price reduction and in line with President Bola Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda, which aims to stimulate the economy. The federal government has announced plans to secure a total investment of $122.2 billion to diversify the country's energy sources, reduce dependence on the national grid, and enhance the overall stability and sustainability of the nation's energy infrastructure. The amounts to be raised between 2024 and 2025, representing a 21-year period, is to ensure energy diversification from the current electricity sources of hydropower and gas-fired thermal plants. It aims to diversify energy sources by incorporating hydrogen, solar, photovoltaic technology, biomass, wind, gas projects combined with carbon capture, utilization and storage technologies, nuclear, solar, and bioenergy. Let's take it beyond the shores of Nigeria now, where Mohammed Javad Zarif, Iran's most prominent reformist, has resigned from the government, saying he had been instructed to do so by an unnamed senior official. He implied the move was endorsed by the Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, although he did not name him in his resignation letter as he stepped down as Vice President for Strategic Affairs. His departure, a hammer blow to the still relatively new government of President Masoud Pezeshkian, follows the impeachment of the economy minister Abdul Nasser Hemati as Iranian conservatives go on the offensive, using the continued decline in the national currency as a reason to demand a change of course. Volodymyr Zelensky has told British media it would not be easy to replace him as Ukraine's president, but repeated his offer to step down in exchange for NATO membership for his war-torn country. U.S. Republicans had suggested he may have to resign after U.S. President Donald Trump dramatically turned against him during a contentious Oval Office meeting about the war with Russia. France and Britain have not agreed on a partial truce plan for Ukraine, as according to a UK minister, after French President Emmanuel Macron said it had been proposed by the two nations. Macron says London and Paris are proposing a war truce in Ukraine, in the air, at sea, and on energy infrastructure. Macron further said such a truce would not, initially at least, cover ground fighting. And now time to catch some excitement from the world of sports. Ekiti State Governor Abiodun Oyebanji has pledged to support golf and promotes its adoption among residents of the state. The governor said that golf as a sport with immense potential could be beneficial to residents, including those of advanced age, due to its numerous health benefits. The governor, represented by his chief of staff, Niyi Adebayo, who spoke at Ekiti Golf Club, Ado Ekiti, during the inauguration ceremony of Tolu Falaye as captain of the club and EGC captain's inaugural tournament, reiterated his administration's commitment to sports development. Remo Stars have continued to hold firmly to their lead at the top of the Nigeria Premier Football League table, thanks to a hard-fought 1-0 win over Relegation threatened Plateau United in Ikene. Mid-season signing and former Sunshine Stars striker Samson Olashupo marked his return to the Nigerian top flight with a goal in the 74th minute of the game to seal the win for Daniel Ogumondidi's side. Quite a brilliant showing there. As we end the Global Television News Prime, let's take a look at some of our top stories now. The National Association of Nigerian Students has called on the federal government to investigate the National Youth Service Corps over the non-payment of the newly approved 77,000 naira monthly allowance for corps members. In business, Naira closed February 2025 with 8.5% gain month-on-month on the parallel market to settle at 1,490 per dollar, while it closed at 1,500 per dollar on the official market. On the foreign scene, France and Britain have not agreed on a partial truce plan for Ukraine, a UK minister says, after French President Emmanuel Macron said it had been proposed by both nations. And finally, in sport, we told you Remo Stars have continued to hold firmly to their lead at the top of the Nigeria Premier Football League table, thanks to a hard-fought 1-0 win over relegation-threatened Plateau United in Ikene. And that's your News Express. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365, Star Times 276, and free to air on Nigecomsat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. You can download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our 247 broadcasts. I'm Yagmo Kwebe. Thank you especially for watching. I'll see you again.